Did you know that 90% of software startups fail not because that the founders didn't work hard or the product was unpolished, but because they solved the wrong problem? Here's the harsh truth. In software, effort doesn't guarantee you success. You can build a great product with flawless code, but if it doesn't solve an actual problem that people care about, it won't make a difference. So if you want to create a software business that's not just innovative, but also profitable, you need to master the skill of spotting the right problems to solve. And in this video, I'll show you exactly the red flags to look out for and how to spot them such that people will actually pay you for the problem that you solve. So let's start with this. Every single great software business solves a real problem. Think of Slack. It didn't just begin as a messaging tool. It started as an internal solution for a gaming team actually struggling to communicate effectively. That same team realized that their chat tool solved a much bigger problem than the game that they were actually building. And today, Slack is a multi-billion-dollar business. I mean, the same is true for Airbnb. They didn't just create an app for finding places to stay for people. No, when they first started off, they solved the problem that a majority of travelers face at the time, the struggle to find affordable, authentic accommodations while helping homeowners make money from unused space. So two birds with one stone. So the pattern here is quite clear. Successful businesses identify problems that people desperately need to solve. And spotting the right problem is the foundation for any profitable software business. But here's the thing, it's not about guessing or following trends. It's all about uncovering real pain points. The first step to spotting profitable pain points is to look for what I call friction. Friction happens when people are wasting time, energy, or money because existing solutions don't work quite well or don't exist at all. So I want you to imagine a scenario where you're walking down a busy street filled with potholes, and every single step that you take is frustrating and slow because you have to watch out so you don't step in the pothole. That frustration, well, that's what we call friction. And when there's friction, there's always an opportunity to actually create a smoother path. In other words, there's a problem that you can actually solve. At AB Analytics, we worked with an e-commerce client who was frustrated by their ad performance. They were using multiple tools to actually track all their results, but none of them quite worked well with each other. And instead of having a clear view of their campaigns, they were wasting a significant amount of hours every single week piecing together reports manually from all these different sources. It was very slow, inefficient, and, to be honest, quite unreliable. And worst of all, it was costing them thousands of dollars in lost ad spend and potentially in revenue. So the stakes were high enough that they were actually eager to invest in a solution to nip this in the bud as soon as possible. And when we started off, we built a tool that actually integrated their data and provided it actionable insights in seconds. And within a quarter, they were able to reduce their wasted ad spend by 30%. And I'm not even accounting on the amount of revenue that they added on top of that. So that's the kind of problem that people are actually willing to pay to fix. The more urgent and costly the problem, the more valuable your solution becomes. And with this, it actually takes us to our next point. Before you jump into solving a problem, there's something even more important to consider. And it's that not all friction points are created equal, meaning not all of them will lead to profitability. And speaking of profitability, you need to understand that a profitable business doesn't just fix what's frustrating. It actually solves real problems that have real financial or emotional stakes. And this pitfall has been made by millions of people. And I've personally even seen this mistake being done many times. A friend of mine who happens to be a developer, he got excited about an idea because it sounded extremely cool. And he ended up digging himself into an early grave. He spent months building a budgeting app because he thought that people wanted to spend smarter. And when he launched it, nobody bought it, not a single person. Why? Well, because people weren't willing to actually pay for something that they could do for free on a spreadsheet or could use a free app that was already on the App Store. So that's the key difference between a nice to have and a must have. So if you want to build a profitable business, you need to focus on the must haves that people actually have problems with. But here's the catch. Even if you find the right kind of problem, you still have to ask yourself one very crucial question. Am I equipped to solve this problem? Here's what I mean. Not every problem is yours to solve. The best opportunities actually lie at the intersection of real pain points being faced by your customers and your unique advantage. So it could be the combination of your physical location, your network, and your experiences. Think of it like building a house. If you're an expert at framing and roofing, you'll add the most value working on the structure of the house, not struggling to figure out the plumbing, right? So you need to ask yourself, what problems am I uniquely equipped to solve? And when you focus on problems that align with your expertise, your physical location, and your network, you don't just create solutions, you create confidence and trust in your own business. So, spotting profitable problems comes down to three things. Look for friction where people are actually wasting time, energy, or money. Solve problems for people willing to actually pay for a solution, and focus on problems that you are personally equipped to solve. And when you align these three principles, you don't just create software, you begin creating actual value that people will pay for. And that value is what will drive the profitability of your business. So here's a connection from the last video. Your vision is the compass, and spotting the right problems is the map that shows you how to get there. But even if you have the map to get to where you need to go, you still need to know how to properly maneuver around all the waves and tides coming your way. And for that, you need to watch this video next. As always, thank you for watching.